Hi, I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop Podcast, our weekly podcast about all sorts of nonsense that includes running.
Mostly nonsense. I always feel like I have to disclaim that.
Why?
I don't know. Just so people know what they're in for.
All right.
I like to give people a warning.
Once again, Megan's joining us from Amelia Island, Florida, where she is currently. Robbe, you're going to be there this week.
Tomorrow.
Isn't it weird? It's like our second office.
Yeah. I think during the pandemic I had some dreams about opening a second office there. Yeah.
Like lucid dreams, or like you're like, hey, maybe it'd be a good idea?
Yeah. Just like, get out of here.
Get out of the city.
But anyways, those dreams didn't come to fruition, so here we are. Living our best lives, worst lives in Baltimore.
Dreams don't always come true, Robbe.
Trust me, I know.
All right. So, Meg, I'm guessing that you're getting your miles in. We actually got a little break in the weather. Humidity was down. Dew point was down. Temperatures were down. But for you, it was still that heat and humidity that no other place like Florida can deliver.
Yeah, it's a real treat down here. We actually got a little bit of a break yesterday. It was like the humidity dropped, but of course this is after the 20-mile long run on Saturday that this break came. So that was a very fun one. Like I said, I didn't have the nutrition I wanted, but I ended up just sending Megan Featherston a message being like, I have one Martin gel, 20 miles, 9 miles of marathon pace. When should I take it? And she said, take it at the hour mark. You'll be fine.
You really don't want to say Morton.
I did.
Morton, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to call it Martin forever.
Morton's a table salt. Let's be honest.
Yeah. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
All right. So you got through it with one Morton, and I'm guessing you used a handheld for hydration down there.
Yeah. So I did, and I got 2 bottles of Scratch. So I filled one bottle, and I did like a sort of an out and back so that halfway through I could just refill it.
The run actually went really well. Like, I know when I talked to you, you were kind of like downplaying it, but I mean, 7:09 pace for 20 miles in that heat on a run is I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I tried to give myself the same advice that I give some of the people I coach, which is when it's this hot and humid, like you got to give yourself some grace and maybe like 10 to 15 seconds per mile slower than you would expect to run on like race day because of the conditions. So I was pretty spot on with those. So I was happy with it. It was like really hard. Like I was very uncomfortable.
But you got it done.
I guess that's part of it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it felt like. I think we're all hitting runs that we're starting to incorporate the marathon training in. I know Robbe was out there doing your run this weekend, and I on the way out, I don't remember seeing you, but on the way back, I know that you were putting in some faster paces.
Yeah, I did 13-ish, a little bit more, I think. But yeah, I was trying to get it faster on the back half. It wasn't as fast as I was hoping for. It's like 7:45s, but I also went out a little bit, like around 8. So yeah, overall it was like a 7:50, like
so overall
13
it was
miles.
a good effort, though, you think, for
yeah, I mean, pretty good. I think I was hoping for a little bit more, but also haven't done a long run in a few weeks because of my ankle and stuff like that. So that was, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah,
but I ran in.
What shoes did you wear?
So I ran in the Nova Blast actually because I hadn't done a long run in them yet, and I wanted something that was cushiony, but could still pick it up a little bit. And, yeah, they were great.
Aren't they?
Oh yeah,
I still love them. But yeah, I was out there. I did the experiment with popping. I did 17 miles. So the first 6 miles I did with the Nike Zoom Fly, which is, as you know, because you're running in it now, it's a little bit on the stiff side and a little bit on the heavy side.
Yeah.
And then I switched into the Endorphin Pro, Saucony Endorphin Pro, for the last 11 miles. And man,
You love that.
They felt so good. Like, I think it's worth it to wear the Zoom Fly just to feel how good it feels to put another shoe on.
A shining endorsement of the Nike Zoom Fly.
Yeah, and I had basically in that last 11 miles, I had 2 sections of 3 miles each at. Was it supposed to be marathon pace, Meg? What was it supposed to be?
Marathon pace.
Yeah, so I went a little faster than you had me down for. But it was a good reminder that, man, those paces are just going to hurt, and you just got to stick with it and just try to be as comfortable as you can. But it's definitely feeling effort to get it done. But it was so nice because on the way out, I finished the first 3 mile segment before we met up with the Faster Bastards and went out to the turnaround. And then my second 3 miles, I finished before, the picture. And then we turn around and go back. And I was like, oh, I only have to run 4 miles easy. It'll be easy. And you forget like how taxing it is to try to run the fast pace. So the last 4 miles were just miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just so tired.
How about it smelling like sulfur the whole way along the run? Because there's some sort of algae type bloom.
Is that what's going on?
Mm-hmm. So it's called the pistachio.
Should be called the egg fart.
I think it's called pistachio bloom or something.
Is it because of the color, green?
Mm-hmm. So I actually looked into it, and it's when there's say it's like really hot one day and then it gets cold the next night. The cold water, I guess, on the surface, like because cold, it's denser than the water beneath it. It like basically drops to the bottom, and then everything on the bottom comes up. Yeah.
So that's what's happening. The bottom is coming up.
It's the gross bottom of Baltimore
Nice.
Harbor.
I mean, there was some egg smell. As a matter of fact, I noticed it today.
Yeah.
Because I was running and like there was a real pungent smell, and I saw a guy walking towards the smell, and I was past the smell. I was like, he has no idea what he's about to walk into.
Nothing worse though than the rotting fish guts of the aquarium dumpster.
That in the summer, I think, is a challenge all in itself. One time I buckled over and almost threw up in my mouth coming past that part.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've ever run it, it's basically, so the aquarium, how many fish do you think they have in there? They got to have 1 million fish, right?
That's actually an interesting question.
1 million?
I wouldn't say 1 million.
I mean, think of the little guys.
No.
I'd say hundreds of thousands.
Okay. I'll go with that.
A couple 100,000.
And they have to feed all these guys.
Yeah. Or do they cannibalize each other?
No, because they're kept in different areas.
Should just see what happens.
Yeah, let all the aquatic animals.
You think when a dolphin, say when a large fish dies or a shark, do you think they throw? What do you think they do with that? You think they just throw it in the dumpster? Or you think they probably chop it up and give it to other fish, right?
That's a good question. We should find out.
We should find out.
Yeah, but they have to feed all those fish. And I think what they do is a sushi chef comes in, cuts it up, and they throw the waste out. And I'm also thinking there's probably, pumps and stuff that filter.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff.
It's probably fish waste in it.
Yeah.
You can hit this corner of the National Aquarium, and it's worth talking about on this episode because it is the National Aquarium. So
it's a great aquarium.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But you hit that corner, and if that dumpster's getting any sunlight on it, heating that sucker up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wall. It's just a wall.
I don't even know how to describe
nostril.
the smell.
It's the most garbagey smell you could ever imagine. Although I will say, Baltimore, on Fells Point on Garbage Day, is a second.
It's insane. It's like the truck leaks a juice and just paves the streets with the garbage juice.
Dude, how much does someone have to pay you to do a shot of the garbage juice?
There's
Robbie,
not enough
I had
money.
to ask.
There's not enough money in the world.
In the world?
In the world, there's no, dude.
Dude, if Steve-O from Jackass would do it,
that would kill you.
I don't think it would.
That would kill you.
Would Steve-O do it?
I think he would. Dude, he drank beers from someone's butt crack before.
I would probably do that before drinking the bile from a garbage truck.
I think there's an episode in the one Jackass movie he got tossed around a porta potty that was completely open. They just shook it up with him inside of it.
No.
Same difference.
I don't know. I know they launched one of them. The guy went in and then they catapulted the porta potty.
Let's skip the part where I tell how much I would get paid to do it, and
All right.
then we'll just keep going. I'm not gonna say.
You would do it though. There's
garbage
a
shot?
number.
There's a number. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but
Would it cover your medical bills?
yeah,
All right.
get that.
Robbie, did Thomas tell you what I ordered from Amazon that's arriving any minute?
I don't think so, but I'm very interested.
Bee suit.
Like, oh,
So there is a hornet's nest
Oh.
in my parents' backyard that they are building. They have one of those outdoor heaters.
yeah.
That's like enclosed right now, obviously because it's very hot here, and you can hear the hornets,
Whoa.
and they're just going in and out all day. And so we know they're building like this giant nest. And I was like, Mom, how are you going to get rid of this? And she's like, I figured I'd just wait till the winter. And I was like, no,
It's Florida.
We're
Yeah,
going
it's
in.
never winter.
So yeah, I've got a bee suit coming, and I'm gonna take it down later today.
Interesting. Just don't do the spray paint can with the lighter trick, WD-40 can. That can get out of hand from experience.
Flamethrower.
Like you can like that's what we used to do at my friend's house. Like just take a lighter and then WD-40 and spray the hornet nest or whatever. But I mean, at a house, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Shed, it's cool.
Did you have a bee suit?
No, my mom does because she's a bee. She keeps bees, but actually, she never even wears it. She just does.
Well,
Just tends
it
to
will
without
be
it.
incorporated into one of our reviews soon.
I like it. If it's a hornet, yeah. If it's a hornet's nest, for sure. That's you don't want to mess with that.
I was surprised. Yesterday I was at Patterson Park and like a hornet landed on me and I didn't freak out.
Oh,
And
that's
there was like which I was surprised, but there was like I was with my kids, so I probably was trying to keep cool. But there was like 4 or 5 of them circling around.
Oh,
Like I'm like, oh, and they're big and gross looking.
what's yeah. So what's the plan for you to how are you gonna dispose of it?
I haven't really thought it through fully, but I think I'm just gonna like grab it and then throw it in
How
the
big
woods.
is it?
We don't know
Oh.
because I can't see
You know
it.
what you should do is get that foam. You know the foam that expands from the can.
Yeah.
Just get in, take the nozzle of the foam thing, shoot it into one of their holes, and just fill up their entire thing with that foam. They won't be able to get out.
Yeah.
And then
They say that just basic water and dishwash soap, like you mix that together and spray it, and apparently that kills them.
Okay.
But
I'm interested. This story is
kills the wasp.
exciting.
I know. I wish it's going to be videotaped, right?
I was thinking what shoe. Oh yeah, you got it.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll put that.
my
in our
sister's
stories.
gonna capture.
Nice. Is she
Yeah.
getting a bee suit too, or is she doing it from inside?
No, I told
She
her
got a bee suit, but it's
they're
the one
like
from.
bee suits are not super cheap, so I just told her to stay inside and film.
I was saying you should get a.
Or from
What was
afar.
that song? All I can say is that.
Oh, blind melon. No
Yeah,
rain?
she should get the blind melon bee suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it'd be funny. You know how when people order like things on Amazon, I've done this before, where I ordered a storage container and it came and it was like 6 inches. It was like this.
He thought he was getting a garage.
I was like,
storage
oh, that's a
thing.
pretty good deal for like a storage container, like like a tub, one of those plastic bins, and it was like 6 inches long. This could keep like a pencil in it, but that'd be funny if you actually just got a bee costume, and
Like
you
it's
thought you were
like-
getting a bee
Mm.
suit, like basically what Thomas was saying. Anyways, so that's cool.
And Robbie, you're heading down to Florida while we go to Falmouth
Yeah.
this week. I think it's a mistake, but I understand. You had children, you have responsibilities.
Disney is calling.
So, are you gonna run when you're down there? Like, how are you gonna get your stuff in?
I have to run. I'm don't know how I'm gonna do my long run. Actually, I think I can do it Sunday, but running is gonna be a little bit. I don't know.
You're gonna be on your feet a lot.
That's the other thing
What shoe are you gonna wear for that?
for the Disney Dad.
Yeah, Disney Dad shoe.
I wish I had some
I'll tell you what.
Nike Monarchs.
On Clouds ruled Universal Studios.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's funny
And
because
Hoka's.
I was going to bring this on shoe that we're going to talk about because I had to run in it. And I was like, I guess I could wear it, but I'm just going to be like, it's going to be like a uniform for Disney, to wear an on shoe.
There's so many on shoes
Yeah.
here. Like every person I pass on the trail is wearing
That's
a pair of on
crazy.
shoes.
Yeah. I feel sad.
Do you know what makes me sad when I see that? They clearly don't read our reviews.
Yeah.
They don't know who we
I
are.
don't know. I was thinking Nova Blast would be a comfortable shoe. Maybe I probably will wear like the Nike.
I did
Nike Peg Trail. Honestly, I'll probably wear that.
Okay, I did the Pegasus.
Yeah,
for
that's a good one.
Universal.
That's a good one.
It's all white, so I had the dad look, and it did all right. I think if I was going to go this time, I'd take that Techers X shoe.
Yeah, not a bad idea as well. Yeah, I'm interested to see how fit in running, and obviously we're doing a lot of walking. And Disney, I'm excited to go for my kids, but I also don't get the Disney. Like some people are really into it. I'm just
adults that are into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get that.
I thought Universal was fun the first day.
Yeah.
And you kind of see stuff and you're like, wow, the excitement of being there with the kids. The kids are all fired up. By the third day, the magic's kind of worn off. And you're kind of like,
yeah,
another line.
I do love me a good roller coaster, though, for sure.
Roller coasters are out. Now it's those 3D shows.
Yeah.
You just sit in a chair that whips around.
See, I don't like that. That's like I like the whole point. I feel like of an amusement park is at least you're outside.
Not anymore. You go into like a garage for
I know.
every ride.
Man, these kids, millennials, screens and shit.
We did do one of the roller coasters, and it was fun, but I have to say the interactive, immersive rides are so crazy now. Like the Harry Potter broomstick ride. Like I almost got nauseous. Like we're flying around, and you get totally disoriented. Your chairs are moving around.
I got nauseous on the Hagrid one, and that wasn't even because they didn't have the broom one yet.
Wait, the Hagrid one's a roller coaster.
Yeah, but I even got nauseous on that. Which, by the way, I do get obsession. If there's a Harry Potter obsession, I get it, man, because I have it. That place was amazing.
Do you know who's into that right now?
Who?
My boy, Henry.
Oh, really?
Henry got into it, and I'm like,
hell yeah.
this is amazing. He's reading.
There you go.
He's watching the movies.
Wait, Robbie, will you do the upside down roller coasters?
Yeah, I'm into all.
Meg doesn't like
roller coasters of all kinds.
Those are the only ones I won't do. Because what happens when you get stuck upside down?
You went with us when we did the one down in Busch Gardens.
I didn't know that one had an upside down.
You mean just like
I was tricked into
just a
that.
loop? Any looped roller coasters?
A loop-de-loop.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, it's crazy that like that still happens. That people get stuck in the upside down.
That is like Stranger Things.
They should make a Stranger Things roller coaster where people get stuck in the upside down. It just gets stuck at the top of the loop every time.
The first half is like normal and you're right side up, and the second half
just all upside down
and in the dark.
That'd be awesome.
That actually is a great idea.
Yeah.
Robbie, contact whoever Netflix land.
Okay.
And be like, this is the ride.
All right, I'm into it. Yeah, so
it'd be like the same ride, just all of it upside down.
I think it's a good idea.
It is.
But yeah, so that's happening. I don't know what else is going on. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You're going to Falmouth, so that's pretty exciting.
Falmouth was awesome last year. I know you're going to feel a little FOMO.
Yeah, I mean, especially because the Faster Bastards, there's a whole group of them going up, and obviously with ASICs and the race in general is, especially this year. Last year was a little bit COVID-y still, so there weren't as many people out.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be crazy.
Should be full on. Pickleball should be going nuts.
Oh, yeah, that was the best.
So to describe the course a little bit, it's a 7-mile course.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off in the cutest little town that looks like they could have filmed part of Jaws there.
It's called Toad's Hole, I think.
Not to get confused with the
Toad in the Hole.
Or the egg in a basket.
I mean, I just love that we have to bring this up every podcast. So any way I can work it
every time.
Yeah. But it starts off in this cute little town. Quintessential New England style, like little boat fishing town. And then rolling hills. When did the rolling hills stop?
I'd say like...
I feel like
halfway, like mile 3.
After a couple miles?
So rolling hills, and then it kind of levels out, but then you hit like a kind of a uphill grade, and then a down, and then a pretty severe up, and then you cruise down into the beach.
Sounded like you just gave it code for Nintendo.
Yeah.
You're down, up, left,
Left, right.
select.
Now you got the magic hat.
Contra code. Yeah. Anyways, but there is that one section that runs along the ocean, which is really cool. But you're also like exposed.
You're exposed,
so it's a hot day,
and you're ready to be done. Like you're close enough that you're like, it's over.
I was just every time people had a super soaker or water or hoses, I would just run through those to stay cool, and I feel like it worked.
You got super soaked.
Yeah, I still puked at the end.
But the coolest thing is when you're doing your warm up for this race, there's like a little side road or a side trail. I don't even know what you call it.
Yeah, and
you're running past every elite that, like last time, there's Molly Seidel and
Parker Stinson.
Who else was there? There's some insane names there that we saw.
Who's the dude who won, the ASICS guy? Ben. Why do I always forget his name?
I don't know, but you're just running past like a ton of people that you recognize and are like fans of. Mm-hmm. And then you go and you line up and they're right there in the beginning. And
yeah.
It's just it's a special race.
Which reminds me, make sure you get pictures of any prototype shoes while you're at the start line.
I actually had a talk with Jarrett.
So we can anger every shoe company.
Jarrett is taking this race really seriously.
Is he?
Oh,
Widefoot Jarrett?
So this Saturday we had, the first thing he says to me, he walks up to me, he's like, I don't know if I'm in the shape.
Yeah, he said the same thing to me too.
To run. I said, who cares? It's a 7 mile.
It's not even a real race. Distance.
Yeah, we're just there to have fun. And he's like all worked up about it. So his workout this weekend was supposed to be just a couple, Megan, what'd you give him, a couple miles at like race pace?
Yeah, like it was like 2 by 2 miles at marathon pace or a little faster.
Went faster than that.
Yeah, instead he just ran
he ran the whole thing at faster than marathon pace. So because
he's all worked up about Falmouth.
That's a good way to do it.
I know. Burn yourself out right before the race.
Is that the right strategy, Coach?
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I feel like everyone does this in the dead of summer when like your paces are slower than they normally are, and then you get in your head and you're like, I'm not fit anymore. Mm. But then you get a cool day and it all comes together.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't, it's a 7 mile race. The only thing I can think of is there's going to be other media there. So he probably wants to, not be.
I guess so. Yeah. Are you going to race it, Thomas? What's your deal?
You know how I do.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Speaking of head cases.
I am a head case, but I am thinking that, like, I don't, at this time, like before I was like, I just want to run it easy. And then Robbe and Jarrett went out, so I felt like trash that I didn't work hard at it. But this year, I'm just like, I'll just see how I feel when I get to the line. I'm doing the Steve Magnus thing where I'm giving myself a choice. If I get to the line and I just feel like running, I'll just run. If I get to the line and I feel like racing, I'll race.
Okay.
But it'll be up to me. It's my choice.
Yeah. You should definitely obsess over it as much as you can.
Are we getting new gear? Because like I really love that white singlet and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, mine was covered with nipple blood, so I didn't throw it out. But
so did you have liquid Band-Aid on when you did that?
No.
So why? Because it was 7 miles?
Yeah, I mean at the time it wasn't like an issue, but the issue was that the pins were like I had pinned my bib too high. So that's what did it in, I think. I had pin nipples. Does that make sense?
Pineapples.
Oh. Throw an E in there. Here you go. It's turns a tragedy into something delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were prickly. But yeah, I don't know what happened that day. It was just crazy. That's the only time I've ever bled out during a race, I guess.
Mine have gotten real sensitive. If anybody has any tips for the nips, then shoot them over. But I think what I'm going to be doing is maybe I'll try, what's his name, Jarrett's trick with the Band-Aids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going to consult because it did. For some reason, it's just the perfect temperature at Falmouth for like not sweating too hard, but just enough to create a sandpaper of salt on your singlet and just rub it in. Mm-hmm. And I spend most of the time in the summer running without a singlet, so my babies are soft.
They're ready. They're ready to get destroyed.
Yeah, they're ready to get get hammered. I'm finally getting to the point. Like for me, I'm going to line up at London. I just want to run well. If I run well and it's a BQ, great. If I run well and it's not, great. I just want to run well. So like maybe I know the reason you wanted to sign up for Erie was the BQ, but like just go out there and just run it. And who knows, that day you may have a fantastic day and you may be able to hit, but I wouldn't count it out. And I wouldn't try to predict.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to run. I mean, if I PR, that would be cool. I think I could still do that. So just to go out there, and I just want to. And Matt, our friend Matt, is who I'm going with, and he's going for BQ. He's definitely going to get it. He's been like
he's crushing
beast mode right now. But it would be cool just to be there for him to do it. And I kind of just want to do a little bit of a road trip. Just no offense, not with you guys.
Meanwhile, I was going to do Erie. So.
Yeah. So it would be nice just to like have a weekend to have fun.
But I think you're already in your head too much.
Maybe.
Like what do you care? Like what if you go out there and you have a great day, as long as you know that you don't run out the chute at like 6-minute pace.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much. I just don't think it's happening. I mean, I'm not super bummed about it, but
I'm bummed that you're discounted. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Do you know what you're going to do for nutrition?
I mean, I'll probably do every 45 minutes like Guru Octane. That's usually what I like to do on race day.
Okay, because you should be, at this point, probably taking in some of that on your long runs now.
That's probably a good idea.
Just saying, so your stomach's ready for it and used to it.
Yeah, I've never really had race day stomach problems ever, mainly because I spend 3 hours in the bathroom prior to the race, so there's nothing else. And I think because I eat like trash throughout the training cycle and the rest of my life, so my stomach is used to anything that I throw at it.
All right, then.
By the
don't
way,
worry
I have
about
a half
it. You'll be
torta in
fine.
the fridge from Friday. I'm gonna hit that up for lunch.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, we'll see about the race day, but who knows? Anyways, we can move on.
Let's dive into the On. So, guys, we actually all liked the On Cloud Monster. So it was like a first On that we all were like, all right.
I'm actually wearing it on my feet right now.
You are wearing
Still wear it.
That actually would be a great Disney shoe.
You are right. It will be a very nice.
It's
one.
got the nice colors. It's got that purple. That I don't know why purple feels Disney-ish to me, but
yeah,
it goes. All right, so tell people what shoe we're talking about today.
So today we're talking about the On Cloudgo, which is a new shoe that just came out. I think at the time of this podcast yesterday, and
$140.
Yeah, not too bad for an On shoe price point.
This is there to compete with like the Ghost, with the Pegasus, with the Daily Trainer round. You know, it's not super expensive.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more than those shoes, but you know, it's On, so expect that.
You're paying for that Swiss.
I was actually surprised because I took this out and expected it to be pretty clunky, just based on the looks, and it was not bad. It's not like the greatest shoe ever, but they did a good job of making it more like comfortable.
So would you say it compares to maybe like a Peg, or do you like?
I mean,
where do you think it feels?
I'm probably still picking the Pegasus over this. I really like the Pegasus 39, but I would say in that range of the. I was gonna say, I think Brooks Ghost is the one that, or Ghost, yeah, was the one that made me like off the top of my head that I thought of. So what they did was they actually added like before it used to just be that speed board and then the strobo layer and like that was it. So they added an extra level cushion above that. And then like the cloud pods on it are, you could see if you're watching the YouTube version that the cloud pods are less pronounced.
They're not all the way through.
Yeah. So it's there's a lot more midsole there, and then
would you say that cloud pods are maybe just an aesthetic?
I'm saying, yeah. I mean,
because they don't, like on the other shoe, it's like the little U shape is what you're running on. On these, you're not. It doesn't go all the way.
They
through.
do go the whole way through.
They do.
Yeah. I could see light at the end of the tunnel.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But they're definitely less, I don't know, spacious, I should say.
Yeah.
And the cutout in the bottom isn't as crazy as it used to be, because you used to be able to see the speed board and get rocks stuck in there, but this is just slightly cut out. So overall, not too bad. I only have 1 6-mile run in it, so I need to get more miles in it. But
I haven't even taken them out of the box yet. I need to get mine out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
We have right now the shoes that we're reviewing. We have the Rebel V3. Meg just got the More 4. I think I'm supposed to get the More 4, but it didn't arrive yet. And then we've got
Nike Zoom Fly 5.
Yeah, and we've got some Solomon trainers. So we've got a lot in right now to get miles in. So I'm planning on getting some runs in the Cloud this week.
Yeah, the Zoom Fly, not a huge hit. I don't know. What do you think?
It's heavy.
It's the Zoom Fly. Like the same as last year, just a little bit.
It is, but here's the weird thing about the Zoom Fly. The Zoom Fly started off being kind of like the alternative to the Vaporfly, because they couldn't get enough Vaporflies to everybody. Remember that whole fiasco of people like going online trying to get a pair of Vaporflies and just couldn't get them?
Yeah.
So the Zoom Fly was like, okay, we'll use a different foam. It still have, at the time, it came out with a plastic plate originally, and then they moved it to carbon. But it was sort of supposed to be a race alternative to the Vaporfly, that you could actually put more miles on because it had a sturdier foam. But now it's not even close to a race shoe.
It's one of the heaviest shoes out there, right?
It is.
It has to be.
You know what I think it does well? And this is what I'll call it. It kind of mimics the feeling of the Alpha Fly under the feet, like where the flares are right underneath the palm of your foot. It kind of, for me, it kind of replicates that feeling of the Alpha Fly a little bit, the way the shoe is set up. So I'm guessing you would train in that, and it'd be so heavy and everything that when you put on the Alpha Fly, which is still kind of heavy for a race day, it'll feel so light.
Maybe,
that you'd be like, oh, okay.
I do feel it felt a little bouncier than last year's version because of that Zoom X, but it's all trash Zoom X that they packed into the midsole. But you know what actually sucks in that shoe that I found out this morning is the outsole grip. Because I ran in the rain in it, and I was like, it's not good.
Oh, no.
It was...
So it's the same rubber as the trail shoes?
It was it was not very unstable or unsure.
I would have thought that was pretty grippy, though. Like, when I was running it, it felt grippy on the dry roads.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing, but yeah, in the rain, it was a little dicey. So watch out for that.
Yeah, and...
Oh, here's the other crazy thing that I was texting you about. It has, I don't have enough for it here, but it has a cutout like window on the bottom
where you can see the particle board.
Yeah, the Zoom X scraps, like it's there for aesthetics, but it's
to prove there's Zoom X in it.
Yeah, but it's basically a cutout, and when I would land, sometimes it would act as a suction cup, so I could feel it pulling against my foot, like it was suction to the ground, like my foot would suction to the ground, and I could feel like pulling off. I was like, what is happening?
Running like an octopus.
It was literally like that. I was like, this is crazy. But anyways.
I mean, it's a really tough shoe to put into the rotation. I just don't know where it fits. Like, it's not a great daily trainer. It's not a fast day shoe. It's not a comfy, cozy recovery shoe.
Yeah, it's like it's like a bastardization of all the shoes.
Yeah.
Invincible. I mean, really, Joyride.
Yeah.
Similar, which nobody liked. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways.
I can't wait till you get to running it, Meg.
Yeah, did we sell it to you?
You're really selling it.
You know what, Meg, did you get the Boston 11 or Boston 10? The Adidas? Okay.
I did not like that.
You didn't
shoe.
like it? Okay. It reminds me a ton of the Boston.
Similar vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else for today?
This high energy show was brought to you by...
Yeah, I feel like we're a little low energy, so maybe apologies to the people.
Yeah. Hopefully this is a slow run for you.
Yeah. You're plodding along out there. Yeah. Nothing else here, really. Killed a rat last night, but that's... we don't have to talk about that.
No more.
I'm not going
of
to tell.
these
I just
stories.
had to tell.
No
I just had to
more.
throw it in there just to make sure it was known.
All right, things to look forward to will be our recap from Falmouth, some stories from Disney World from Robbe. I am sure he will come back, and there is a rat there, so get ready for that.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Oh, you better watch out.
Yeah, you better. Robby's going to come down there with a glue trap.
Don't leave that tail hanging out.
And then we're going to have stories from Falmouth. We're going to have, what else are we going to have? Besides your Disney World stories from Falmouth, something else.
I don't know.
Continued stories about our run to train to New York City Marathon, which is exciting. We should be rolling out some content for that soon.
So, and today's podcast guest is Sarah Sellers.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? We started our BITR, the drop BITR.
Oh, playlist?
Yeah, on
I haven't
Spotify.
added to that yet.
Yeah, you need to add to it.
I better do it before it's all Smith songs.
What we'll do is this week we'll all add 4 songs, and then each week we'll add a song and maybe make a giant list of songs.
Is yours just Morrissey?
No, I kind of I put in some different vibes there.
Okay.
I think you'll dig it. But yeah, so check that out on Spotify. It's the Drop BITR.
Wait, can
playlist.
anyone? Sorry, say that again.
It's the Drop BITR playlist.
Oh, okay. Can anyone add it? Like, we can just add to that?
I just added you guys.
Oh, okay.
You have a link that lasts, I think, 24 hours or so. So I may have to resend it to you.
Sorry.
But or maybe it's 48 hours, and then you can add songs.
Okay, cool. I will do that. Well, today's guest is Sarah Sellers, and I do an intro when I introduce her, so I probably don't have to say the whole thing here. But she came in second to Deslina in the 2018 Boston Marathon, which is kind of baller in that race.
And she did it in Altras.
That was the yeah, spoiler alert, but I guess we can throw it out there. You got to hear it. We won't blow our minds when we find that out.
She signed with Asics now, but I really feel like she would have come in first place if she had had a different pair of shoes on.
There is something, I don't know. Anyways, we talk about that and a lot more. It's a good podcast, so listen up.